Composting is one of the most important things a gardener can do to improve soil health, but traditional methods often demand more time, space, and energy than many are willing or able to give. The constant turning, monitoring of layers, balancing green to brown ratios, it can all start to feel more like a chore than a solution. Thankfully, there's a smarter, faster, and much easier way. This method doesn't require fancy bins or frequent turning, yet it delivers compost that's just as rich, if not better, than conventional piles. It's the lazy gardener's answer to soil revival, and best of all, it works 3 times faster with far less effort. This method is called in-place or trench composting, but with a powerful twist. Instead of composting in one big pile, decomposition happens right in your garden or raised bed. By burying food scraps directly in the soil and creating shallow compost trenches layered with dry material and microbes, decomposition starts immediately. This approach mimics nature's own process, where organic matter falls to the ground, gets covered with debris, and quietly turns into rich humus without any human interference. So, to begin, you'll want to dig a shallow trench about a foot deep in the area where compost is needed most. This could be in a dormant raised bed, between crop rows, or even in a section of the garden you're prepping for a new planting season. The depth ensures scraps stay out of reach from pests while still close enough to surface microbes and worms. Into that trench add layers of vegetable scraps, wilted greens, coffee grounds, and crushed eggshells. These materials are nitrogen-rich and kickstart microbial activity. After every layer of food waste, be sure to cover it with carbon-rich dry matter like shredded paper, dry leaves, or straw. Now, the game-changer in this method is the addition of a microbe starter. A scoop of finished compost or worm castings added between layers introduces active microbes that rapidly colonize the fresh material. This is what accelerates decomposition beyond the speed of a traditional pile. These beneficial microbes begin breaking down the organic matter within hours, and because the process happens in the soil itself, it doesn't require any aeration or turning. Oxygen is supplied naturally through soil pores and earthworm tunnels. So, maintaining the right moisture level is, crucial. The trench should stay as moist as a wrung-out sponge, never soggy, never dry. Rainwater, mulch, and, the occasional watering are enough to keep the process going smoothly. Covering the entire trench with a layer of soil and mulch helps lock in moisture, deter pests, and regulate temperature. This covering also reduces exposure to air, creating the perfect environment for fast, efficient composting. What makes this method especially effective is how it works in harmony with soil life. As worms and microbes break down the materials, nutrients are released right into the root zone of nearby plants. Instead of composting in a pile and then transferring it later, the nutrients are available exactly where they're needed, saving time and effort. Even better, this approach improves soil texture, boosts microbial diversity, and enhances moisture retention, all without disrupting soil structure through tilling. This lazy method doesn't just work faster, it regenerates your soil while eliminating the need to manage a compost pile. Over time, compost trenches can be rotated throughout your garden, feeding different areas season by season. For gardeners with heavy clay or depleted soil, these in-bed compost zones act as soil repair stations, softening the earth and drawing in worms that further aerate and fertilize the space. It's composting made simple, regenerative, and surprisingly effective. No turning, no smell, no complicated systems. Just smart layering, a little patience, and a soil system that does the heavy lifting. Whether you're gardening in a backyard bed, urban plot, or raised containers, this lazy composting method offers a practical, low-maintenance way to enrich your soil. If this guide helped shift your perspective on composting, don't keep it to yourself. Subscribe to Soil Doctor for more down-to-earth, proven soil strategies that revive your garden from the ground up. Share this with fellow growers who are tired of chasing perfection and want results without the hassle. Sometimes the best compost is the one you never have to turn.